The second last round of the real race was about no less than 2 more starting places at the big season finale on September the 18th at Lamborghini's headquarters in Italy. The rolling start saw Jesus Sanchez fighting to keep pole position. Despite Amir Hosseini's straight attack, the Spaniard was able to lead the field and even extended his advantage round after round. A fierce fight for places 2 to 5 came through in the rounds that followed, especially between Hosseini and the South African Jordan Sherratt, who's also a real-world Formula 4 driver. But after 30 minutes of racing, the fight between both drivers came to a sudden end.
Incredible defensive moves. I'm sure I've seen Amir Hosseini do this before. Hosseini's run a little bit wide though through the turn 2, and now it's side by side, and Jordan Sherratt will try and turn in. More contact between the two, this time on the inside line. They both slide, they both go off the track, and oh, thank you very much. Giovanni De Salvo goes into second position.
The Italian Giovanni De Salvo seized the opportunity and took second place straight away. Meanwhile, Cecilia Sanchez kept driving his solitary laps at the top of the table, but his lead started to shrink as De Salvo drove him to a real final sprint to the finish.
130R is not a place to go side by side or really try and overtake unless you feel like you've got the opportunity to run over the track limits and not be penalised, and De Salvo has a better speed. I'm sure you're correct, Paul. It's to do with the mapping. Now through into the braking zone, but De Salvo caught him too early and was too far back into the braking zone to make a move. So Cecilia Sanchez, who led from the lights all the way through to the flag, is going to take victory ahead of Giovanni De Salvo, but only just so close between those two.
Cecilia Sanchez finally saved himself with a breathtakingly thin lead over the finish line. He and De Salvo have therefore qualified for the grand final in September. But with round 5 in Laguna Beach, there's going to be one last qualifying chance next week.